God damn, it's been a minute since I've done a rant video. Gearbox makes a lot of weird choices when it comes to balance. I'm sure that's no surprise to anyone, but generally, I think that's for the best. I don't really mind there being guns like the plasma coil that just slot into fucking whatever and require no effort at all because, you know, there's players that want to play the funny shooty game without having to stare at a fucking brick wall of a formula to understand exactly how they can use the Gabagool Supreme to maximize their fucking dumpy splusions per second. But then there's other things like the Revolter being a piece of gear that is so obscenely centralizing that it straight up destroys the entire shield meta, which, side note, Old God meta was peak, and if Gearbox deleted the Revolter, the game would be better for it. But what I think is a balancing factor that is very underrated by a hell of a lot of the community, and honestly, potentially even by Gearbox, seeing how willy-nilly they are with it. I straight up just fucking said willy-nilly in a video, oh god. Willying my nilly aside though, ammo cost, whether high or low, is something that can make or break a weapon. Just think about how sick to your fucking stomach you get every time you pick up a gun and see that it has an increased ammo cost. If you're normal and that doesn't happen to you, if you've seen my BL3's Forgotten series, you'll see just how many times I bitch about a gun consuming way too much ammo, and how guns that would be otherwise good get hurt super heavily because of this. And half the time, Gearbox doesn't seem to care because ammo cost balancing is ridiculous and feels fucking random as shit 90% of the time. It is extremely obvious that Gearbox has no rules for what costs more ammo. The only consistency is that if a gun can roll a ×2 variant, then the ammo cost will increase by 1 with that variant. But even then, that doesn't mean all ×2 guns cost 1 ammo more, as seen with the Hellshock. And again, this is just incredibly frustrating. More so than a gun just straight up having shit damage, because again, a gun with good damage can be completely fucking cucked by consuming too much ammo. This is genuinely one of the most impactful balancing levers available to Gearbox, and they seem to treat it like an infant that just walked into the shaken baby syndrome speedrun competition. Fuck! Like, just think about the ion cannon for a second. 300,000 damage that can be boosted up to 120% of that by charging it, and it used to, on release, consume 1 ammo per shot. They realized after that, hold on, this is a little bit busted, it's becoming not only the best fucking thing ever for bossing, but it's also really usable for mobbing. And now the ion cannon is at 6 ammo per shot, which honestly, pretty fucking reasonable for the damage that this thing puts out. It's still a really good weapon for bossing. I brought up the ion cannon, you guys know where this is going, because the fucking kick charger not only gets like 50,000 more base damage, but the charge goes up to 300% damage. You don't even have to actually charge it as long as you slide, and it costs 1 ammo per shot. Why? Who decided this? The Backburner, another Vladov alien barrel launcher, takes 3, and yeah, that thing has like secondary projectiles that come out of it, but it doesn't have as many projectiles that come out of it as the Mongol does, which takes 2 ammo per shot. Nukem, really high base damage, huge AoE, 1 ammo per shot. Plumage, a ×8 Atlas, 1 ammo per shot. Globetrotter, alien barrel ×3 COV, multiple projectiles, 1 ammo per shot. Major Kong, effectively a COV kick charger. You have to manually charge it, it has less base damage, and it starts at 2 ammo per shot, which scales up the longer that you charge it. I feel like my point here has been illustrated and I can stop yelling guns in your face. This video was prompted by my recent video on the Rhina, and to a lesser extent, the Sellout. But the Rhina is an incredibly good gun that is incredibly strong for mobbing, but with it consuming 8 rocket ammo per shot, it's incredibly difficult to actually use, at least for any extended period of time. And in that video, I mentioned that I do actually understand why this gun consumes that much ammo. It makes sense. It has effectively a massive AoE, and it'll just obliterate anything that's chained to its main orb. What makes it so difficult to justify, though, is the fact that every other rocket launcher not only consumes less ammo, but significantly less ammo than the Rhino does. And I'm not saying every fucking rocket launcher should consume 8 ammo per shot or the Rhino should consume 1 ammo per shot. I'm saying the difference shouldn't be so drastic, and there shouldn't be guns that are so obscenely fucking busted that consume a single ammo per shot. Again, as I said at the beginning, I'm cool with busted ass guns. That's fine. Just make them make sense. This doesn't just affect guns that have small ammo pools like rocket launchers or snipers though. The reason this is such an impactful number is because even if you're just consuming 2 ammo per shot, that is halving your effective mag size and halving your effective overall ammo pool. A personal favorite gun of mine that still suffers from this issue despite being an SMG is the Crossroad. This is a gun that has had quite a history to it, but in its modern iteration, it's actually not that bad. The biggest issue with it is how often you have to reload the thing, especially at higher fire rates, and how if you use it for long enough, you can actually run out of SMG ammo. And that is just at 2 ammo per shot. It straight up feels like Gearbox rolls a dice to determine how much ammo something will consume. Like they're playing blind darts, just chucking them at a wall, except the darts are everything that makes me happy and the wall is a fucking incinerator. Jesus Christ, why does the Bone Shredder take 3 ammo per shot?